Things just took a shocking turn when it comes to Mason McTavish and his return to the Anaheim Ducks. We get into all that in this edition of Ducks Digest. Hey, this is Mike Nelson. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. I want to thank the 19% of you, the ones who are watching these videos, who have already hit the sub button. But 81% of you have not subscribed yet. Not sure why. We are the newest Anaheim Ducks YouTube channel. Bring you everyday Ducks content. So help out a fellow Ducks fan since 2003 and hit that subscribe button. So as we know, Mason McTavish, the rumors continue. What is going on with Mason McTavish? This morning, we got an article from NHLTradeRumors.com talking about Mason McTavish going to the Montreal Canadiens. This is definitely bad news, to say the least. I mean, if you're a Ducks fan, you have to be concerned with what is going on right now with Mason McTavish and the Ducks front office, because this has not been handled correctly, right? I've talked about this before. The Ducks are mishandling this situation. They should have locked up McTavish long ago, and it's kind of crazy we're still dealing with this all these months later with McTavish and the Ducks, and you hope that this doesn't carry over into training camp and they figure this out soon. Anaheim Ducks center Mason McTavish continues to be among the players to be on the watch for the NHL offseason's trade market. McTavish, a former third overall pick of the Ducks, of course, had 22 goals, 52 points in 76 games last year. Had an awesome season for the Ducks, his best season in his young NHL career by far. The Ducks have over $21 million in cap space. They definitely have money to spend. McTavish continues to sit as a restricted free agent without a contract for next season or beyond. And that is obviously bad news, to say the least. And the Ducks have money to spend. It's not like the Ducks have cap issues they have $21 million in cap space. And obviously McTavish is not going to get all $21 million for next season, right? I mean, that's obviously ridiculous to think that is the case. He's not going to get all $21 million, and really, he just probably wants $7 or $8 million from that 21. And it seems like the Ducks just don't want to budge when it comes to paying him what he wants. That's why there's no deal in place. Trade rumors have picked up considerably throughout the offseason, and there's certainly been no shortage of interest from onlooking teams. Daily Faceoff's Anthony DeMarco recently was asked about what trades could still be coming, and McTavish's name has jumped off the page. Not good at all. DeMarco said, I'm not sure if he will move eventually, but I am very curious to see what happens with McTavish and the Anaheim Ducks. If there is an eventual path to McTavish being moved, you can be sure that there will be no shortage of teams waiting in line to inquire about his services. The first one that jumps is the Montreal Canadiens, who have had a lot of questions down the middle beyond captain Nick Suzuki. Not sure what a deal could look like, but the Canadiens are a club that I'd reckon would be keeping close tabs on McTavish's availability. And that goes exactly to what I was saying just a few weeks ago. The Ducks would be better served trading McTavish to the Montreal Canadiens. Out of all the teams that we have heard of, right? The Calgary Flames, the Philadelphia Flyers, and recently the Vancouver Canucks. We've seen more rumors with them picking up with interest. Obviously the Canucks would be interested in a player like McTavish, needing that kind of a center that has size and physicality. The Canucks really lack that, and they would be interested in him. But who has the most to trade? I think it's the Canadiens, right? I mean, the Canadiens have the most assets to trade when it comes to for a potential trade with the Ducks, right? They've drafted very well. They have a lot of young players that the Ducks would be interested in. And I think that's the most likely, the best place for, if they're going to trade McTavish, if they've already made that decision that they're going to ship him out, that's the best place for him to go, right? You don't want to trade him to a Western Conference team. You don't want to trade him to Vancouver. I don't want to see McTavish in Vancouver, right? It's just the Ducks in Vancouver play a lot every season. We could be playing the Canucks in the playoffs in a couple years, right? I mean, that is a realistic possibility. First or second round, the Ducks and Canucks could be playing a playoff series. So do you really want to send McTavish to a team where might be playing him in the play? I mean, it just doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't make any sense for me at all for the Ducks to be sending McTavish to Vancouver, right? Or Calgary, teams that are in the Ducks division. Whereas Montreal, you only play them twice a year. It's just twice a year. Once in Montreal, once in Anaheim, and that's it. You don't play McTavish very much. And obviously, a potential Stanley Cup Finals series, yeah, that could happen. The Ducks in Montreal, which, who knows, maybe that's going to be the finals in a few years. It would be crazy. But, that is obviously not as likely. So, the Ducks and Montreal, is that going to be the future for McTavish? What does everybody think? Do you think the Ducks are done with McTavish? Are they done? Is it over? Have they already told McTavish you're getting traded? We're just working out a deal? Or are the Ducks still trying to negotiate a contract, a team-friendly contract, a short-term deal, a 2-year deal, right? Is that what the Ducks are currently doing? See, I think McTavish is probably adamant that he wants a long-term deal, right? I mean, I think this is the best time for him to sign a long-term deal. Come on, this is the best time for him to get a long-term deal. Nothing is certain in the NHL. McTavish could start to struggle in the next couple years, and he never gets a long-term deal if he signs a short-term deal now, right? I mean, if he signs a short-term deal and doesn't play well in the next couple seasons, he may never see that 6-year, 7-year contract that he's looking for. He may never see it, right? And of course, with the new collective bargaining coming up, that's not going to be possible anymore, right? It's going to be capped at 5 years. So this is the time for McTavish to get that long-term deal. And the Ducks don't want to do it, it seems. It seems like the Ducks are on the fence when it comes to getting McTavish a long-term deal. There's definitely seems to be some hesitancy when it comes from the front office, and it's concerning, right? The Ducks haven't been shy this summer, moving out some veterans, including John Gibson. That was a big trade that the Ducks made, trading away a player that they've been trying to trade for weeks. For years, I should say. That the Ducks and Gibson, these rumors have been going on for years when it comes to the Ducks trading away Gibson, and it finally happened this year with him getting traded to the Red Wings, right? Verbeek wants to make the Stanley Cup playoffs next year. That is, it's already been said by ownership that is what they want to do. So he wants to be aggressive when it comes to upgrading his roster. But, trading McTavish for me just doesn't really make sense. I don't understand how the Ducks get better trading McTavish. Could somebody please answer that? How do the Ducks get better as a hockey club trading away McTavish? How do they get better? Don't they get worse trading away McTavish? He had 22 goals last season. I don't understand how the Ducks get better in this. Sure, maybe they get better in the future if the Canucks dump a 2026 unprotected pick for next year's draft. Then, yeah, obviously an unprotected pick. The Canucks are a lottery team. It's a number 6, number 7 pick. The Ducks have it. Yeah, that's a pick for the future. But what about now? How does McTavish being traded away make the Ducks better now? That's what I don't understand when it comes to these rumors. But got to stay positive. Hopefully the Ducks get a deal done soon. As always, make sure to subscribe, and let's go Ducks. Woo!